Hey guys, Scott here, and I wanted to go over why, over the past couple days on the PTB, I have found the Deathslinger actually kind of frustrating to play. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I thought it was maybe because it was too slow, or when I hit people at long range and they're injured, I don't really get anything out of it. Like, I was trying to, boil it down to that stuff, but it's much simpler than that. And it is that his hitbox of his harpoon is just, it's too tiny. And yeah, I know that's coming from a guy who plays Huntress a lot, and I'm not asking to throw beach whales that Huntress throws, because that's also ridiculous in the other way. However, this is something I've noticed while playing, and I started actually clipping things to look over it more and more, and you can start to see there's a lot of issues with the collision, and even a lot of collision or issues with how the power even begins. So here's a good example. I'm just going to go over a bunch of clips, and we can show you how the main reason I don't think I'll main this killer is because I find him very frustrating. I know I'll hit a shot and nothing will happen. And that's extremely annoying. So here, that's a perfect shot. And just not even remotely perfectly led. Gets locked in an animation. Just absolutely nothing. No hit whatsoever. So that is extremely frustrating. Stuff like that is why I don't think I'm a fan of the killer as he is right now. And I have a bunch of clips of these, so there's no script here. This is kind of like what I did with my spirit analysis. I just kind of want to go back and look at the footage. So I think it was later, right? Yeah. Here's another good example of a shot that upon firing, there's one frame before it fires, is directly on target. You can see the harpoon spawns on this frame going directly towards him. And then yet, it just goes right through him. He just I even aimed a little bit on the left, assuming he was going to keep walking left, and he did. So I even accounted for any type of left movement, and you can see the chain is just inside of his model right now. And shit like that is just so frustrating, and it happens a lot with this killer. And it happens every game. Like, it's not just a one-time thing. Another huge issue I've noticed for close range harpoons is that there appears to be some kind of glitch or something. I was looking over things frame by frame, and I noticed I was missing people at close range a lot, and I don't understand how I'm missing at close range. And it's because sometimes when you shoot, the harpoon just spawns in random places. So frame by frame here. There. So now instead of the harpoon spawning in the middle, now it's spawning above and to the left of where I was shooting. And then let's look at other examples. I'm shooting this time, I believe it's... Yeah, this time it's even further to the left. So no frame, one frame later, it actually becomes a projectile. Now it's up and further to the left. Like, it's not even close to the iron sight that I was originally aiming at. And here on this one, now it's on the right side. The frame it appears, it's on the right side. It's like, it's super inconsistent where this thing is going, and it actually causes you to miss a lot of short-range shots because the projectile is not even spawning where it's supposed to. And I have found very little rhyme or reason to it. I've noticed sometimes it's related to how I'm strafing. Like, if I'm strafing to the left, it'll appear a bit to the right, and vice versa. But that means it's still not originating in the right spot. It needs to originate from the gun and then continue going. Considering this is the first frame that the projectile exists, you can see... That's the first frame it exists. It needs to spawn in the correct spot. Now, if it ends up here, that's fine. But, like even that, you can see I'm aiming here, and yet it's going that way because I believe I'm strafing slightly to the left, but the initial spawn of it is not right. So that's another thing that's a little frustrating. But for the most part, it's just a lot of situations where you think you're hitting somebody, and you just don't. I want to look over this one too. I kind of forget what this one was. Here's an example too of a shot that I perfectly led, and this shot would have hit 100%. Except when I shot it, it shot way further to the left than what I was aiming at. So instead, it just goes past her, and then I miss. So my aim was good there. It was leading for the direction she was running, and then the game just decided, no, it's going to spawn it over here, and now it's going to go a bit too far to the left of her. And like I said, a recurring theme. Shit like that, super frustrating. I feel very unfulfilled playing this killer, because a lot of the time I make shots that I know I hit and I just get nothing. Additionally, he has the same problem with Huntress, where the pill hitboxes of survivors are exemplified in a very embarrassingly bad way. So, for example, for how hitboxes work with survivors, if you guys haven't seen their presentations, basically it's if they're hunched over injured, it doesn't matter. You can't hit their head. There's no hitbox here at all. So you could shoot directly at their head and nothing would happen. Instead, it's like someone took a ruler and taped it to their back and it goes straight up. And that's how the hitbox works. So basically, you'd have to hit the air right here or any of this part. And this looks equally stupid. Like, look. Look how far of a miss. I want to see where this one spawned. That one spawned a bit forward, a bit more to the left, actually. So, look how far to the left this is of him. Look at that. It's not even close. It is so far past him. Like it's still going past him. It's like almost at the level of this now. It's still going past him. And then suddenly it just, oh, never mind. I hit you. JK, ha 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 ha. And that's frustrating for the other side. I think the main takeaway from why I find this killer so frustrating is hitboxes being this imprecise and tiny. It doesn't work on dedicated servers. The movement is too jank. The registration is too jank. And there are just too many times you make a shot that just like it just looks like it goes directly through them. And it's just like, a lot of the time the chain is just inside their model. And like with Huntress, these would definitely be hits. Because, the chain is literally coming out of her asshole. Like, I don't know how to... I think the game can't afford to be that precise when there's dedicated server movements and various pings, various very high pings. It just doesn't work in a game with this low of like a tick rate. It just doesn't work. It's just really unfulfilling. And this is just a recurring thing. And I'm trying to find any other clips that are useful. Oh yeah, here's another great one. So I think we already looked at this one, didn't we? Pretty sure we did. Yeah, we did. But yeah, it's just a lot of just shit going directly through people, and very, very frustrating stuff. And I don't know that this is the kind of thing that they're going to be able to fix. So I don't really know what is going to happen for learning, because it seems like, yeah, like, and then here, oh, here it spawns to the right again. There, it seems it's too far to the right. And then again, it just like... You can see the frame, it registers as a hit, even though it's way past her. And the thing that doesn't make sense here is her hitbox is here. This is not... There's no hitbox here. So it's hitting air, and then grappling... Basically, I'm going in circles here now, but the thing that I found the most frustrating about this killer is that it doesn't seem even that skill like related to how accurate you are. It's based on a lot of variables like server lag, the speed at which they're rotating, where the hell the harpoon even spawns with to begin with. It seems like there's more just RNG to skill involved, and that makes me not really want to learn him because it's such a janky experience that trying to learn like a janky experience just seems like a waste of time. And although he's fun to play, and if he actually functioned perfectly, I think he would be really good and really fun, but as I play him more and more, I'm noticing these inconsistencies where things are just going directly through people. And I'm sure we're going to get the guys that go in and say, well, actually, you missed that guy by like 1 pixel to the right or something. So, you know, it really shouldn't have hit. But like, you know, like the dev said, this is not a precision game. I shouldn't have to hit the exact hair on their head. If it collides with a part of their model, it should count as a hit. Or we're just going to get really frustrating shit like this where it's just going through her. And it's, I don't know, it's just very unfulfilling to play right now. So unless they fix these hitboxes or fix a desync or fix dedicated servers or a lot of this shit, I'm always going to find him very frustrating to play. But yeah, that is it, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one.